Salama Nusiemi Bena Congo Benanzambi. How you all doing, family? It's me, Nkosi Nabikefa. Invite some people, tell them Nabikefa is live and he's not alone. He's joined by, I will not say a guest because he's not a guest anymore. Yeah, we're friends, we're brothers. I'm joined by Yaya Dalton Jr., Mpangi, Mbuta, right? Mbuta, Yaya Dalton Jr. Invite some people, let them know we are live, let them join, because we will be talking about the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, where is the Ark? Is it in Israel? Yeah, with the Temple Institute? Is it in Ethiopia? Where is it? So we're going to discuss it. So as we wait for people to join, don't forget to like and share immediately as you're coming in. A like, share, tell people we're live. Ingeta, Mbote, and make your presence known in the chat. Okay? Let us know you're here, you're watching. Make your presence known. I love to see your messages. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us where you're from. And if you like what we're doing, don't forget to give this video a like, of course, right? 50% of you are watching but not subscribed. That's insane. Okay, so 50% is watching but not subscribing. Why not? So in a minute, we will go live, and I'm here with Yaya Mbuta Dalton Jr. Ingeta. Mbote na bino bandeko. Mbote na bino bandeko. How's everyone doing? Yes, this is better. How's everyone doing? Yaya Dalton, Nusiemi Salembe. How you are? Oh, wait.
I'm sending the link to other people.
Okay, yeah. Of course. People need to know that we're live. Yeah?
I'm sharing it with the groups, different groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right.
So, how are you doing, brother? It's been a while, eh?
Yeah. We've been working. I guess been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy, man. I've been extremely busy. Yeah, with life.
Yep.
But no, there's a lot of things going on. Yeah, as you know, we also have our. Let's see. Yes, so we're preparing for the trip. Yes, the trip in July. So people can join us with the trip in July to Angola. Yes, to explore Angola, to get familiar with the investment opportunities in Angola, and of course to have a good time. Yeah, so that's July 14th up to 2023. We are also working on the diaspora community that we're building. We have right now 13 hectares of land, and we are working to get a total of 50. And with God willing, we want to get 100 hectares. But it's a challenge. So we have to start somewhere. So at the moment, we have 13 working together up to 50. We are building the diaspora community for the diaspora by the diaspora in Angola. Because we know, according to the biblical prophecy, Babylon will fall. And we are encouraged to do what? To flee Babylon and to get out. So as we are getting out, you need to go somewhere, right? Now, me, Nabi Kefa, and my team, we are preparing a place for you, a place where you can come, have a house, have a business, and build a life. And together, we want to build Angola of the future. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing with my organization. If you're interested in joining me, email me at info@angolainvestmentgroup.com. Yeah, also if you want to join the trip to explore Angola with me in Costa Bikefa, email me, of course, to make your booking at info@angolainvestmentgroup.com. And I thank you all for joining in. Yes, because it's gonna be I think an interesting conversation between me, Yaya Dalton, and of course you, the viewers, the subscribers. Yes. So like the video, share, invite people to join us in that. So
Yes.
Yaya,
Yes.
is there archaeological proof of the Ark of the Covenant? Is there sufficient evidence, yes, that the Ark of the Covenant ever existed? And is the Ark to be found in Israel with the Temple Institute? Or is the Ark in Ethiopia, as others claim? Or did the Ark disappeared with, what's the name of the guy? I forgot his name.
Ron Wyatt?
Yeah, I know about Ryan Wyatt, right? He was American, eh?
Yeah, he said
He was
he said
American.
he found the
He
CIA. The
claimed to
CIA.
have found.
Yeah.
Yes, he claimed to have found the Ark of the Covenant. Now CIA came up with a statement. You can tell us about that. Yes, some people have done some videos. I have seen many commentaries. Yeah, several people
Yeah.
have done a video about the CIA revealing that they found or that they localized the Ark of the Covenant using some kind of psychic.
Psychic. Yeah.
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 Oh, no. Okay. First question. Let's deal with the first question. Yes. Is there out there any archaeological evidence, proof, definitive proof that the Ark ever existed? The Ark as we know it. Because the Ark, the visuals of the Ark that we see, they are just a impression that people
Yes.
came up with based on the text. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that image that we are seeing may not be the authentic image of the true Ark.
Yes.
So
Yes.
up to you. Yeah.
So in the text we are given an image of the Ark of the Covenant, and I mean the details of the Ark of the Covenant that you typically see on Google, these are
Mm-hmm.
very fine details that the Bible doesn't give out all these details. It talks about the angel, the cherubim, and the mercy seat, and the stakes that go in the rings, and the measurements, and the inlaying and overlaying of gold, and the acacia wood that is used to make the Ark of the Covenant. It does say that in the Bible. However, we know that nobody has a picture, a real life picture or video of the Ark of the Covenant, and that's the same thing with the temple. Nobody has a video of or picture of the first temple or the second temple. No matter what people say, they don't have that. So we have, and in the Bible, it tells us that, in the text that we read in English, it says that has the two tablets, uh, the stone tablets, and the Aaron's rod, and the
Mm-hmm.
golden bowl or cup that has the manna wafers in it, and that's it. That's what the text says. So it's interesting because there's a lot of people, um, that says the Ark of the Covenant is underneath Temple Mount, like the CIA is revealing. I don't know why they will reveal this to us. How did it leak, and why is that one of their targets that they're training a psychic to try to find? And the people
Mm.
say it's in Mount Kenya, it's in Ethiopia. Then they say the one that's in Ethiopia is a replica. The one in Mount Kenya is a replica. And so there's a lot of speculation. I think Ron Wyatt said it was in Jordan, in a mountain in Jordan. So there's a lot of speculation on the Ark of the Covenant, and you got to ask yourself the question: why does the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, why are they concerned about the Ark of the Covenant? Why is America
Mm. Mm-hmm.
concerned about the Ark of the Covenant? Because if they're concerned about the Ark
Yeah,
of the Covenant,
yeah,
they need to be concerned
exactly.
about the Creator and the chosen people of God. And who are the Israelites that had possession of the Ark of the Covenant, and where is their land? Because these are all somewhat mysteries that they don't want us to know, but we're finding out the
Mm-hmm.
truth, uh, despite the shadow banning that we receive. So there's a lot of and when I seen this story, I've seen it on white channels, I've seen it on major um,
Yeah.
YouTube channels that cover world news, and they have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, and so this is a big
Mhm.
deal. It was a big deal that they
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they
That's
they
right.
unleashed this. So when I seen it, I told Keith, I said, "Let's talk about this. Let's let the people know the facts.
Yeah.
Let's get, get lean more towards the facts and not conspiracy, because we need the facts and the truth to understand the true land of Canaan or Canaan or the Israelites and Jerusalem. People always want to fight me on where that land is. Oh, it's not. How can Jerusalem be here? It's in Namibia. It's in South Africa. It's here. It's there. I'm like, you guys are not paying attention to the scripture, and so yeah, all these things are kind of eluding us because we want to believe. We want to believe in our heart that this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth, and we have to bring out our truth and let you guys determine if you are going to accept it or you're going to reject it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. So Jerusalem is everywhere. Yes, it's everywhere. I asked a few Congo elders, where is Jerusalem? Where is Jerusalem? We need to know. Some say Jerusalem is Congo, right? So you may look everywhere, you east, north, southwest, but Jerusalem is Congo. And when we look into the ancient name of Kinshasa, it was called Banzalemba, which can also mean city of peace, city of holiness. So Jerusalem can be anywhere. For others, it is, the so-called state of Israel. Jerusalem is there. For others, it's in Ethiopia. For others, it's South Africa. But for us, the Congo people, the Bakongo, right? The
Yes.
Bakongo, we are told that Jerusalem just means a city of peace. And that city of peace, everywhere where peace is, can be called a city of peace. But for the Mukongo, it is the land of Congo itself, where the king was situated. It is called Banzalemba, or the city of peace. Banza Congo, right? The city of God, the city of the Most High. All right, now Ron,
And you know
let's
that,
start.
and Kefas, the Bible says in Ezekiel 5:5 that Jerusalem is the center of the earth, and the word
Yes.
is eretz, and the Hebrew word
Yes.
that they use is tavek. So it is, according to the Bible, we read it's in the center of the earth, surrounded by the nations. And when I
Mm-hmm.
look at the equator, you can't be way up here, way down here, and the equator is here, but you want to
Mm-hmm.
say it's in the center of the earth. These are all things we have to pay attention to. The meridian line
Mm-hmm.
is what the Gentiles put together and
Mm-hmm.
said it's over here. But in a lot of the research I've done, the true first meridian line was, some people say it's the 30-degree east or 31-degree east longitude, and that cuts right to the Congo, like the eastern region of the Congo. But nevertheless,
Mm-hmm.
the center is not in the Middle East, and it's not in Namibia. It's not in South Africa. I'm sorry, people believe that, but it's not. It's not. It's not, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. Because when we look at the names, ancient names for Congo, right? Because in ancient times, our ancestors referred to Africa as Congo, and it was called Congo Cachopa. And the origin of civilization was from Congo Cachopa, and it spread to the northern parts, up the Nile into Egypt and into Asia, crossed the sea into Europe and whatever, the Mediterranean Sea. Congo Cachopa. When you look at the word Cachopa, we have the term Kati, which means center, yes, or inside, or it can also mean the navel. Yeah. So Congo is the navel of the world, the navel. It gave life, birth to everyone, to the Kimuntu, to humankind. We come from Congo. And in addition to that, Kong itself, or Congo, also means circle. Yes, it means circle. Bena Congo may also refer to the children of truth who are girded. When you put out a belt, it goes between around your waist, right? That's the equator. It goes around your waist. Congo. You see? Belt. Congo. In Congo, we also have the covenant. A Congo Mbeli. A Congo Mbeli. The covenant of the Most High is with the Congo people. And that covenant is not only, his relationship with the people, but also his relationship with the land, which is called also by the name of the Most High. Congo. So, however you turn it, you will see that Congo is the center of the universe. Yeah, so if there is a true Jerusalem, city of peace, or a land of peace, which is called by the name of the Most High, it must be in Central Africa, which is
Yes.
the belt. It must be Congo, Cachopa. There's no other geographic location that fits
No.
this description.
No.
Hmm?
You
Huh?
know, all like when you look at the history of the Ark of the Covenant, um, the Israelites when they left Egypt, they were in the wilderness of Sinai for like a year or two, and at that area, they were told to how to put together the Ark of the Covenant and how to put together the tent of meeting, the tabernacle, the covering, and they
Mhm.
were told
Come on, come on.
about the breastplate um, of Aaron, of the high
Uh-huh.
priest, and all these the if you read it, you'll
Mm,
see that the materials you need acacia wood, copper, tin, gold, silver, and all the precious gems in each of the stones of the
mhm,
ephod. All of this is in
mm.
is in Africa. It's not in Saudi Arabia. It's not in
No.
uh Sinai Peninsula. Even when the Israelites were in the wilderness and the mixed multitude complained, they were lusting after what they had in Egypt. And the Most High said, okay. And he sent a wind, and by the river, the Bible says Yam, and about 2,000 quails showed up near the Israelite camp, and they all started eating the quail. And while they had the flesh of the quail in their teeth, the Most High smoked them for their lustfulness. But quail, quail is a bird that lives in grassland areas that drinks fresh water. The quail is not a bird that likes to eat seawater, salty, hot seawater by the Red Sea. The Red Sea is hot, it's really hot, and it's very salty.
Mhm,
So why would the quail be living along that area? The Israelites camped in an area that had rivers and lakes, and they had grasslands, and they had dew on the ground and manna falling from heaven, like in Angola. All these things, the Bible is telling you that the Israelites were in a land, a wilderness, like the Bible says. And when Moses was camped at the wilderness of Paran, he sent the 12 spies and said, go up, ascend to the mountainous areas. Some versions will say he told them to go south, and in the Septuagint it says he told them to go into the wilderness and go up to the mountains. And this is where he told them go into the land of Canaan and see how is it, who's living there, are they tall, are they small, is the land a
mhm,
desert, is the land this, is the land that, and come
mm,
back with a report. But he told them in the Hebrew to go south, and he told them to go up. And the Hebrew word is Allah, 422, and that means to ascend up a hilly or mountainous
mhm,
area. And
mhm. To
you
grow
cannot
up.
deny that. It's in the scripture. And when
Mhm,
the Israelites left this area, they descended down, which is the Hebrew word yorad. Yorad is to descend down from a high place. And the Bible tells us that the Israelites will go to the high places. They would go to Jerusalem on top of a hill or mountain to worship, to sacrifice, to be closer to God. And so all these things is in the Bible, and it's telling you basically that this land of Canaan and the wilderness was in sub-Saharan Africa. And likewise, if they were in the wilderness, after they left Egypt, then they would have had to have been in Africa, not in Saudi Arabia in the desert. There's no rivers and lakes in the desert. The Bible says John the Baptist baptized in the wilderness. How can you baptize in the wilderness when the wilderness is a desert? There's no lakes.
Come on.
He's baptizing in sand. He's putting you down in sand and bring you up. Come on now. I mean, this is ridiculous. So yeah.
Yeah. Right. So let me share my screen. Let's look at a few images of the Congo people, and then we're gonna go to the king Ntinu. Yeah, I believe his name Tuzolana, which means let's love each other. But he said some interesting stuff about the Ark of the Covenant. So there's no subtitles, so I will just translate it as we go. Let's see.
Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out, Paul.
Oh, wait.
And while you're at it, Kefas, why the Bible says that the land of Canaan, the rocks are iron and the hills have copper. Tin.
Yes.
So is there iron and copper and tin in the Congo?
Oh, brother. Yes. Of course. Yes. When the Portuguese came, right? When the Portuguese came in 1480, 83, 84, and it was with Yiseka'yah, right? Actually, Yiseka'yah, his name was Jean-Jacques something, because Yiseka'yah is not really his name. It's just an epithet. He was actually called Diego, the masters of the dogs. The dogs are, us. And that's why he got the name Yiseka'yah, master of the dogs, of the god of the dogs, right? Diego, you see it in the French, Dieu. It comes from Greek, Latin for God. Now here, oh, by the way, so when they came, they found the kings of Congo, right? Angola, because Angola was part of the greater kingdom of Congo. You had Angola. Today you have Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. All of that was one kingdom. It's one whole big empire, very large. They found the kings and the noblemen. Now they had houses on the mountain tops. Yes. And according to their reports, those mountains were full of iron. Yes. You can read this in the book of Pigafetta. Very interesting read. And Pigafetta says this. Now, what you see here is the kingdom of Luango in the 17th century. It's an image not created by Nabi Kefa, but it is something the European created. They draw this, what they observed, what they have seen in the kingdom of Congo. Luango was part of the kingdom of Congo. Okay, and it is from the 17th century. So you can see that is clearly a warrior. Yes, it's a female. So these are warriors. And what you see here are fringes. Okay, fringes. That is actually how the Israelites, the Bible speaks of, were dressed. Okay. And you have several different dressing styles, depends from your rank, position, social status, etc. Okay. But in Luango, you will find the Israelites of Luango having fringes and this kind of robes. You can see this servant, I believe, wearing what is that? How do you say that?
Umbrella.
How do you in English?
Umbrella,
Paraplu,
like an umbrella.
umbrella, yeah.
Yeah.
Umbrella. The European did not introduce umbrella to Congo people. It was already in Africa. Okay. Here we see ladies from Luango. Here we see another picture from the people of Luango. We see the badger skin, yeah, leather skin. We see the fringes right there. We see the turban as described in the Bible. See, we see the fringes, which are called in Hebrew, right? And tzitzi, or tzitzit,
Yeah.
tzitzit.
Yeah.
What you see here, the Yiddish pronounce it as tzitzit. So, but in Congo, we will say titi, 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 which means grass, floral, or lawn. It also
Yes.
refers to suki, suki meaning the hair, because our hair, it curls and goes up, right? It curls and
Twist.
goes
Yeah.
up,
Twisted. Yeah. Twisted
twists,
hair.
right, and
Twisted
goes up.
hair. Yeah.
Yes, that's called suki. So your suki is actually the titi of your head.
Yes.
You understand? Of your head. That's why he puts an importance counting the hair of your head because it has a spiritual significance. So we see there the tsitsi, which is which also can refer to grass, tsitsi, right? Tsitsi in Congo, which can refer to
Mm.
grass. Fringes resemble grass, vegetation, the laws, what the Congo
Yeah.
called matiti. Yeah, Tsitsi among the Bantu of Botswana, Namibia, South Africa also means flies living in vegetation or grass. In the book of Deuteronomy 22, verse 12, it says, "You shall put fringes on the four corners of garments with which you will cover yourself." So we see the Congo had fringes.
Yes. I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it too.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen a video. I've seen a video. Queen Diambi. She. I was at a conference with the Congo people, and she showed me a
Okay.
video of her father, her father's ancient, her father's ancient wardrobe, and she wore it and came out of the hut in the village, and I seen the fringes. I said, "Wait a minute, that's fringes." And she said, and I said, "Stop the video." And she said, "I already know what you're about to say because I know where your head is at." And she said, "In the Bible, you wear fringes." And she looked at my garment and said, "You see what you got on right now? Because I have fringes on." She says, "We do the same thing in the Congo." And I said, "Wow." And she was like, "Yes." And she winked. And I was like, "Man, this is crazy."
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So people need to wake up. I listened to some Hebrew Israelites just the other day, and they were saying only the African Americans are Israelites. And so the African American and the so-called Islamics and what else? Native Americans. Only
Yes.
they are the Israelites. If you're in Africa, you are freaking Hamite. You're not part of the Israelite nation. Man, I was like, wow, a great leader. Yes, a great leader among the Israelite communities in the United States of America. Yes, but he
Yeah.
still believes that if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Benin, if you're from Angola, if you're from Congo, DRC, Congo, Kinshasa, Congo, Brazzaville, if you're from Zambia, South Africa, you are a freaking Hamite. Christ did not come for you, and they will enslave all of us in Africa. I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. What?
That's what we're dealing
Okay.
with in America.
Yeah, but these are leaders saying this, right? Leaders. Anyway, so that shows us that not because you are in position of leadership that you know everything, that you are the most learned, right? That you know all the mysteries of heaven and earth. No, we have to humble ourselves for continuous learning. Nobody knows everything. Okay, We must humble ourselves and say, okay, I can learn from you, you can learn from me. Let's see where we can go when we put our knowledges together. It must be about building us as a people, not be dividing and destroying ourselves even more. Yeah. So let's go to the video. This video is very important. We're gonna listen to Tino Tuzolana, the king, yeah, and he gonna tell us about where is the Ark of the Covenant, okay, and what is the importance of the Ark of the Covenant. He's speaking Lingala, what French and Kikongo, but I will translate as we go. We will not listen to the whole video. As you can see, uh, it's quite long. So I chose this specific part to share here because we're talking about the Ark of the Covenant. Now, Johanna in the chat posted the prophet of Yah says that Yah told him the Ark is in France. There are many people who claim to be prophets, and all of them have a message. All of them are hearing from the Most High, supposedly, and they're saying all contrary things. Okay, the Ark of Yah, according to this particular prophet, is in France. Yeah, it may or may not be. But let's listen to the video. Ces choses-là, le peuple d'Israël et tout ça. Can you all hear it, by the way?
Yeah.
Ça, on a découvert seulement dans la Bible. Mais quelle est la relation entre notre peuple? C'est vrai que nous étions un grand royaume qui portait même le nom de Dieu, Congo. Mais quelle est la relation entre notre peuple et l'arche de l'alliance? So the gentleman, right, the interviewer asked the question, what is the relationship between us, the Bena Congo, right, and the Ark and the Covenant? Because we know that we, the Bena Congo, we even bear the name of the Most High, Congo. So what is the relationship between us and the Ark of the Covenant? Qu'est-ce que nous devons comprendre, Matondo? Vous dites, c'est un grand royaume Congo. Mais royaume et qui coexistait ce qui bosa na arche de l'alliance était. So he says the kingdom of Congo was a great kingdom. Yeah, the kingdom of Congo. However, the kingdom of Congo cannot exist if there were no Ark of the Covenant.
Wow.
Amazing. The world started here in Congo. Mokili ebandaki awa na Congo. The world started here in Congo.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? It makes sense that he said that because the Levites and the sons of Aaron were appointed to do the temple duties that had the Ark of the Covenant inside the tabernacle. So the whole purpose of the Levite position and the sons of Aaron was for them to do the temple duties of the Ark of the Covenant and so forth. So if the Ark of the Covenant didn't exist, it's like why would the Israelites even exist? I mean, for what? What are they doing? But nothing.
Exactly. So let's continue. Et le monde a commencé ici au Congo. So he just recaps what the king said. And so, without the Ark of the Covenant, the Congo Kingdom will not be. Hmm? Congo di Antotila is the empire which the Portuguese encountered when they came in the northern of Angola, which was the capital of the Ntotila, right? The emperor Congo.
Angola, actuel Angola. Ah, actuel Angola. Voilà. Alors, dans l'arche de l'Alliance, il y a trois choses.
Now, in the Ark of the Covenant, which is a Congo Ambeli in Kikongo, in the Ark of the Covenant, and listen to this word Mbeli. Mbeli is what the Yiddish have made Berit, right? So Berit is Mbeli without the T at the end. The R and L are interchangeable. So if you remove the T at the end, you will have Beri. You change the R for L, you have Mbeli, right? So that's the Kikongo. Mbeli, which means to cut, because Berit means to cut.
Mm-hmm.
In the Ark of the Covenant, the king explains, there are three objects, yes, three things. Take note. And he's gonna tell us what those three things are.
Sceptre royal.
The royal scepter, that's one. So if there is a royal scepter, who is the king? Something like this. But what I have is a little bigger. The scepter that was in the ark was a bit smaller.
Donc, c'est-à-dire bâton de commandement. Bâton de commandement. Livre sacré.
So, a holy book, livre sacré, a holy book,
La pierre angulaire.
And a triangular stone. Those are the three objects. So let me repeat. The king says these three objects are found in the Ark of the Covenant. First of all, the royal scepter, what the Bible called the stick of Aaron, right? But Aaron and Ark have the same spelling in Hebrew. So the stick of Aaron, which is the royal scepter, the holy book, livre sacré, and a triangular stone, Byron. The king says a triangular stone.
Now the interesting thing is that the Portuguese, so the Vandals were Germanic people. They were grouped with the Burgundians. So the Burgundians / Vandals is the people that created the Kingdom of Portugal and later the Kingdom of Brazil. And the Portuguese relationship with the Catholic Church is how they sent the Christian missionaries into sub-Saharan Africa to bring Christianity to the Kingdom of the Congo and other areas. So the Vatican and the Catholic Church already knew that there were people down there. They knew. They didn't just take no dummy mission to explore a continent that they didn't know who was there. No, they knew exactly who was down there. The Vatican and the Portuguese missionaries were sent by the Vatican to Christianize the Congo Kingdom and to enslave, to colonize, to loot, to exploit, to erase the history. They did all that.
That's very true. Yeah, Byron. Yeah, Ron. That's very true. That's very true.
People have to understand that the Germanic tribes, like the Vandals and the Burgundians and the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths and the Angles and the Saxons, these Germanic tribes is the people that conquered the old Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. So the last kingdom on earth in the Daniel 2 statue started with the Germanic tribes putting an end to the old Roman Empire. So now we have the feet and the toes of the iron and clay from the divided kingdom of the Germanic barbarian Gothic tribes that conquered Europe. And out of Europe and Great Britain came America. This is the last ruling kingdom, and you see that they're still wreaking havoc in Africa.
Yeah, great insight. That's very true. I hope the people understand what we're talking about here, that you're getting this information, right? It's very important for us to understand that we, whom the Bible calls Israelites, we are the Bena Congo. If you consider yourself an Israelite, you need to understand that you are part of the greater Congo people, because the Bena Congo literally means the children of God, the children of the covenant, and the children who have the truth, the children who are clothed or girded with the truth. Therefore, we are the light of the world. Yes, that's within us. We are the light. Are you an Israelite? You have to be a Mwana Congo, a child of God. Congo also means God. It's a name for the Most High. And we have explained this many times. The people who are called by my name of the Most High is Congo. The name of the people is also Bana Congo or Bakongo. The name of the country is Congo. The language is Kikongo. The spirituality is Bukongo. Yeah? And the tradition of the ancestors is Bukoko or Bukongo. It's the same. You see? All has to deal with Congo. The navel of the earth itself is called Congo, Congolo, which is the circle of life, the circle of blessing. So this third object has the shape, which is a stone, has a shape of a triangle. So those are the three things. Now, what is the meaning of the Ark of the Covenant? It refers to the creation of Tatanzambia Manzulu, the one who created us.
Le créateur, savez-vous, c'est le kimbango. C'est le bakoko na biso. Bakoko na biso bazaki kokufa, bazako loba. Ngene wome kunkembo ngudiankama. Me bazaki kokufa te enlevé.
So it says in the time past, where when our ancestors were dying, yes, they were saying that they are returning to the Creator, and actually they were not dying; they were disappearing. That's very amazing. So we were not dying, but we started to die when King Nzingakuva sinned.
Angola okuki komona avant renya nzinga mwana ne aliboto mutakufa kana avec na basango bapesa ke but.
So the first one who died in that time when the Europeans were coming was one of the sons of King Nzingakuvu, who received baptism. And he died on the spot, according to the king. Now, these are informations that you don't read this in European writings, right? I've never read this anywhere in European writings. But the king is saying, we, the Congo people, we didn't die. we were translated. Okay, we disappeared. We were translated, but we started dying when the European came and started baptizing us. In the time of King Zingankovu, he baptized his son, and he was the first who died.
Vous connaissez l'histoire? Sur place.
Sur place. Sur place. On the spot. He died. And they witnessed death, Liwa, right? Death, Kufa, Liwa, for the first time. And they were scared. They were surprised.
Eutaki na Egypte. Liboso. Liwa bato bakendaki biso bakongo tokendaki na Egypte. Nous sommes restés au Congo d'Anfotila.
So he said originally death came from Egypt. It started in Egypt, death. But we Congo, who were in the Central Africa, we did not experience that. And some of us, Bena Congo, went to Egypt. Others stayed.
Une bonne partie, il y a bakenda qui est en Égypte et puis en Exode. Parce que Exode est la deux flèches.
So some people went to Egypt, and later they returned through the way of Exodus.
Voilà. Alors, Arche de l'Alliance,
so this Ark of the Covenant is the object which we lost, and that entered into our society. And slavery also entered into our society, with the Europeans. And Mundele a profité. So the white man took profit out of it. He took his advantage out of the situation that he created.
And Kefas, the Portuguese ship that took slaves from the kingdom of Ndongo or Angola, they were the ones that took the slaves, and then the English ship intercepted the Portuguese ship, and then that English ship took these Bakongo slaves to Virginia in 1619 on the White Lion ship, and that was the start of North American transatlantic slavery.
Yes, exactly. And you have, there was great influence of the Kikongo language in Louisiana, in the southern part of the United States of America. Yes, great influence of the Kikongo language. It's documented. It is documented. So that is proof, brothers and sisters, that if you are in America and your family has roots in the South, the chances are 99% that you are a Mukongo. Yes, you're Israelites from the land of Israel. Yeah? Isolele, Israela, Congo Kachopa.
Je vais vous donner ça pour bien comprendre.
All right, he has a book, right? He says, in my book, you will read everything what I'm saying. I wrote it down in my book. That's this book. I will try to get a hold of that book so I can share the information. I have to reach out to Mama Kimoya. Yeah, I'll reach out to Mama Kimoya. Let's see if she can make it happen. He said, yeah, that book, everything is in that book.
Alors, musala bapesa kingai paya bakoko na tata kimbangu.
So the word that I received from God and Tata Kimbangu, right? The word that I received from God and Zama Pungutulendo and Tata Kimbangu
Nazongisa bidoko oyo bunga.
is to return to the people those things which were lost. Yes, to return to the people those things which were lost. Very important.
Nazana formi. Ah, oui. Bon, mokonzi, mituna mibali. Premièrement, ndenge ofandi boye tozoyeba ke po bakonzi ndenge tokotala ntango ya kala na l'Afrique bafilme balakisa biso ya ntango ya kala bakonzi bazalaka boye.
This guy is funny, man. And so he asked the question, King, as we look at you, how you are dressed. This is the way the kings of ancient in Congo were dressed. Without the attires that you have, right, on your head and around your neck. And even the scepter that you have, that you are holding in your hand. What is the meaning of that? So as we are observing you, what do we need to understand? So what I have on my head, the mitre or the crown, wherever I go, doors will open for me. Okay, he's actually going to other stuff now. Yeah, so, but the important thing that I wanted to share is his information about the ark. So what have we learned? We have learned that the ark was very essential for the existence of the Congo as a kingdom and Congo as a society. It possessed the blessing of God to make the Congo people great. And inside of the Ark of the Covenant, a Congo Ambeli, which means the covenant of the Most High, were three objects. First of all, there was the royal scepter. Second, there was the holy book, a sacred book. And third, there was a triangular stone in it. Those were the three objects according to the king. Yeah, that's very important. Now, he said, when we lost the Ark of the Covenant, how did we lose it? That's a mystery. But when we lost the Ark of the Covenant, it was actually in the same, as I believe, as he said, around the same time that Nzinga Kuvu started to sin against God, against the ancestors, when he opened up the doors for the Europeans to come to preach Christianity and to baptize the people. There is another information that comes from Nemuandan Semi and Professor Fukiao, yes, where they say that the Sengalembeli, now Sengalembeli, you hear the word Mbeli in there, so it's talking about a covenant. The Sengalembeli was a holy object, and it's according to Professor Fukiao and Nemuandan Semi. They talk about this. They say when the Congo people lost the Sengalembeli, a sacred object, they started to decline in power, to decline in glory, and they scattered. Yes, these are the traditional stories dealing with that holy object of the covenant. Ingeta. To you,
Now,
yeah.
you know what was fascinating was the presentation that Kamoya did with the stone drawing and how she broke down the layers. Did you see that when she did that? The layers of
The
that.
stone drawings.
You didn't see that? The Ark of the Covenant, the it's a certain deep code, a code that she shared.
Yeah. You the presentation from Mama Kimoya. Yes. Yes, I get you. Yeah,
Yeah, she broke it down at the end and
she
showed
broke it down.
how.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Did you cover that on your videos on YouTube?
Yes. On you, yes, it's there. It's actually there. Yeah. You
Yeah.
want to go through it?
We can if you got it. I think I got it too on my computer. Let me see.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Um,
Let me see. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it too. If you don't have it.
oh, okay. Yeah, are you able to share?
Yes. Let me. I'm pulling it up now. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yes. Here we go. This is it right here. Yes, this is it. Okay. Yep. Here it is right here. Okay. Yeah, I could share it. I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that it's gonna be. You know how to make it big, but I don't. But let me show you what it is that I have. Uh,
I can also look for it. I have it somewhere. The presentation.
okay, this is it right here. All right. Can you see it? Can y'all see it?
Um. Okay. Wait. Yes.
Okay, so let me see here. All right, so this is what you talked about earlier, I
Yeah.
believe.
That's King Uzolana.
And let me okay. And then
Dino.
yes, so this is the start. I don't know if you want to go I can keep going to the next slide if you want to narrate what she taught.
Yeah. Yeah. Prominent white art historians such as Dr. Robert Ferris. I actually have a book from him, Dr. Ferris Thompson says it's a Congo cosmogram, a presentation of the universe. It can be reverted. The top part pointing downwards, the bottom part pointing upwards. I re-examined this drawing for weeks, and what I discovered is this. Yeah, you can go. I have identified at least 20 signs in Gardner's list, that is hieroglyphics. 20 signs, and hieroglyphics and Paleo-Hebrew are actually the same.
Yeah, so
We
she
see,
shared this, and then she shared this, and
yeah,
then
you can
she
continue. Go to Congo. Oh, wait, go to the cave first. Yeah, the Lovo, yes,
okay.
there, the Lovo cave. Yeah, now, some people may not be familiar with the caves Lovo motif in Congo and Angola, right? Places like Banza Congo and both Congos, DRC and DR. They have found caves in there, people. Caves, yes, with Paleo Hebrew symbol. And this symbols on the walls in Congo, Angola, they date back to 200 and up to 300,000 years. So that's extremely old. Yes, it's older than the Bible. How is that possible? Yeah. Now, this is one of the reasons some Bena Congo don't believe in the Bible. They say the Bible is fake. Yeah, the Bible is, it's just created for confusion because we Bena Congo, the Bantu people, we are much older than the Bible. Even though that's a fact, it's actually true. The Bible, the sources that were used to create Biblia, right, which means a collection of scrolls, were papyrus scrolls which they took from our ancestors. They used those scrolls to create Biblia. You understand? Now, that's why we can actually understand why we as a people in our writing being older than Biblia. It's clear. It's not rocket science. So we don't need to reject the Bible. Kimbangu said, read it, because by reading it, you will discover who you are. And you will catch the thief with the object which you stole. And so in that case, we have seen Paleo-Hebrew symbols. And those symbols were the cornerstone, right, the backbone for the later Hebrew script, the Paleo-Hebrew, the Phoenician script, etc. It gave birth to first the hieroglyphs, and then the rest followed after that. Yeah, so here we see more of the Paleo-Hebrew, the Bafu cave. We see the Yud, the Kaf, right? We see the Kaf, which is coffee, also means a fish. We see the X, which is the Taf. We see the something that looks like a L, which is Lamech. We see the Dalet, the triangle with a foot. Yeah, we see the Kof right there, the head. We see the Faf, right? It's all there in the cave of Congo. And still, some people will say, we are just freaking Hamites. We have nothing to do with the Israelite heritage. Let's start following the narrative, the Mundele Kadiampemba. Here we see, this is actually very amazing because the what they call the tetragram, right, or the Tetragrammaton, which is He, Yud He Vav He, which gives us Yahweh, or what others say Yahuwah. Yeah? When we look at the symbols, right, the pictographs, we see the Yud, the He, Vav He. But the He can also have the sound of K. The so-called Yiddish people, for example, when they speak of Elohim, some of them will pronounce it Elohim, others will say Elohim. Yeah, and that's actually that's a fact. You just need to listen to the rabbis speaking, and you will understand it. Now, the Yud in front of it, the Yud symbolizes the hand. Now, that Yud symbolizes the hand as the power of God. Yeah? The Yod, also symbolizes the image of God. Therefore, the Yud means the image of God who holds the power of God, right? Representing a manifestation of God Himself, of the Creator. When that is the meaning of the Yud, it gives us Yah. And Yah in Kikongo means elevated one, honorable one, great one. So we refer to the Creator as Yah, the one who's greater than us, above us, the one who deserves honor and praise because he's our elder, he's our ancestor, he's our, king, majesty. But we also refer to our older brothers as Yah because we give them the respect from an elder. You see, that's the Congo tradition. So that's the meaning of Yah, which starts with the youth. Now, the he, as we said, this figure, the he, which has his hands up, that symbolizes the Hebrew letter he. But it also can have the focalization of ka, ka, ka. The fav, which is this symbol that looks like a nail, the fav can be focalized as o, u. So we will have ya, kok, which gives us Yakongo. Yes, Yakongo. The K, as we're going from right to left, the K at the end can also be focalized as NG. Nga, ngo, ngo. So the only vowel we add is the O. So we have Yakongo, which is the name of the Most High. Right there. So the Tetragrammaton is actually a trigram. The name of Yakongo, hidden in the Tetragrammaton, Yud He Vav He. That's a mystery. Revealed. Like it is said in the book of Deuteronomy 29:29, the secret things belongs to God. But those things which are revealed belongs to you and your children forever. So we the Congo people had secret, what they also called mysteries, hidden knowledge, hidden truths, only reserved for the Bena Congo and the high initiates. So here we can see the name of the supreme being, and like I said, in Congo, the K sound can also have the sound of NG, ng. So konde, ongonde for month. And ongonde, ongonda is in the Bible. I did a breakdown. I broke down the Hebrew and the Kikongo for moon. Ngonde, ongonda is one of it. We see it in leopard, which is ngo, or nkoi, in nkombo, which is ngombe, which means meat or goat, or ngombe. It can also mean a steer, ngombe. Yeah. Jubila, right?
Okay.
It comes from yeah. The word jubila is seen in jubilee, which means praise. Yes, praise. Jubila, to sing praises. That is jubila or yimbila, to sing. Yes, yimbila, to sing. Ah, amazing. Yeah, Ron, man, it's we the people.
So here's so that's we already know about this. And then
yes, this is Ngunza. Ngunza is Jose in the Bible, in the Hebrew. Jose, which is Ngunza in Kikongo, right? Jose, which is a prophet in the Bible. It's the Ngunza.
okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. So she
there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, here it goes right here. So what she broke down was how if you take the layers, she said it.
Yes. And what we see there is the Ark of the Covenant. See? This is the image, this is the Congo image, brothers and sisters, of the Ark of the Covenant, as explained by the king, Tinu Tuzolana. Yes, as explained, this is the Ark of the Covenant, as it was known in Congo. So how can the Congo people have a knowledge, yes, of the Ark of the Covenant? How can they put this image together if they were ignorant of the Ark of the Covenant? So we need to ask ourselves that question. How is it possible that you can create something in the exact image, right? But you have never seen it. You have never experienced it. That object was never in your possession, in your possession. How is that possible? This
It's not.
further
It's
proves.
impossible. Yes. I mean, the simple
This
fact
further
that he's
proves.
the simple fact that
Go
the
ahead.
king is talking about the Ark of the Covenant, he's sitting there talking about the Ark of the Covenant, not from a Jewish perspective on what he learned from Sunday school or church. No, he's talking about it from the Congo's perspective and the people of the Congo. Yeah. So is he making this up? No, he's not making this up. This is, I mean, we got to start paying attention and stop listening to the Temple Institute. The Temple Institute, Ron Wyatt,
Temple Institute.
the CIA.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie. They want to continue the deception, right? When you have gone too far with a lie, the only thing you can do is to maintain it, because otherwise you will lose a quite amount of influence, whatever you're trying to hold on to. So they have no choice but to continue the lie, to maintain the lie, and to make it even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The Temple Institute is a hoax. It is fake. Yes, it has no substance. Everything that they're doing there is fake. The true spiritual power is with the Bena Congo. That is one of the reasons they are always fighting Congo. Yes? They do everything what is in their power to keep Congo in a state of confusion, yes, wars, misery, so that they have no chance of resurrection, coming up as the kings and queens that they are. And we see this in America, right, where they oppress you tremendously. We see this in Europe, right? Everywhere, in China, in Asia, everywhere where black people are, Bena Congo, they are oppressed. Imagine Africa, Congo Kachopa, the navel, which gave life to everyone, in a state as it is right now. The whole world wants Congo because of the minerals. How can God curse a people? Yes, let's think logically. How can God curse a people but give them the Ark of the Covenant and give them the most richest land on the planet? Right? That has everything the world desires. No, we need to understand that those people are not cursed, but they are blessed. And that blessing has become an object of jealousy for the other nations, always fighting against Congo, which started in the 15th century. Yes, with the papal bulls from the Pope. Go to Congo, enslave those Congolese, those niggers, they say, enslave them, take the kingdom, take the possessions, take the land, and put them in perpetual slavery. Enforce Christianity. King Leopold II even said to his missionaries, yes, in 1885, he told them, I'm sending you to Congo not to teach those niggers the knowledge of God because they know God better than you do. Go there to deceive them. You understand? It's all about deception. Like it is written even in the New Testament. In the last days, take heed that no one deceives you. It's all about deception. Mm. And in the midst of this deception, misinformation, in the midst of this darkness, we need to open our spirit, our minds, so for the true light of the Most High to shine in, so that we can come to the understanding. Hey, wait a minute. I am a Mukongo. I am a Congo. If you are in Tanzania, you Congo. You are in South Africa as Bantu, you Congo. You are in Kenya as a Bantu. Wherever you are as a Bantu, know that your ancestors are linked with Congo, Kachopa. We are all Congo. And that is the unifier. Okay? That's the unifier in Africa. We are Congo. We must evolve, yes, from knowing, oh, the Israelites of the Bible, actually the Negroes, involving to come to understand those Negroes who are called Israelites in the Bible are Congo. Yes.
Yeah.
When we accept, because we need to accept the truth, when you choose to accept the truth, I believe that's the moment that we will start to see a greater revival, a greater change in the world and within our communities as a people, not as individuals, as a people. Yes. Mfumu Kimbangu, Vuluzu Kimbangu, he said something very important. He said, in the last days, there will be teachers who will bring you back. And one teacher in particular will come who is called Longi. One teacher in particular who's called Longi. He will come to bring us completely back into the full truth of the Most High. And he said that you will have your own holy book. Your own holy book. That's not something new, brothers and sisters. That's not because, oh, the Jews have the book, the Muslims have their book, whatever. No, we were the first people who had writings and the words of God. Okay? We were the first people. It came from us. So we are just returning to the glory which we had. Therefore, we will once again receive our holy book. Kimbangu said that book will only be for you and your children. No Mundele Kadiampemba is allowed even to touch it. It's that book will only be for you. So we have seen the ark. In the ark, we had a royal scepter. In the ark, we had a holy book. In the ark, we had a triangular stone. And that ark was an object of blessing for the Congo people. And this before the European ever came to Congo, right? Before Diego Cao, before the transatlantic slavery, before all of that, it was in Congo. I yield.
Yeah. I wanna share something if I can, Kefas. I know
Yes, of
I like
course.
to do my stuff. So let's just get to let me present something here I got for you guys. Oh yeah, here it is right here. Okay. All right. So if y'all can see, because I know that can you see it? Oh, there we go. All
Yes,
right.
yes. We have it.
Okay. Now you see, this is the thing in the Bible, in Second Chronicles, verse I think chapter 35, it talks about how King Josiah, told the Levites where to put the Ark of the Covenant in the newly built Solomon's temple, the first temple, and after that, there's no mention of the Babylonians taking away or destroying the Ark of the Covenant. That's the last time you really hear mention of the Levites and the Ark of the Covenant at that time, prior to the Babylonian invasion. And so, but the Gentiles have come up with all these stories that they found it in Jordan, they found it in Israel, and look at them. They're actually standing next to the Ark of the Covenant. And you know that the Levites were the only ones that were supposed to be able to touch it or be near it and carry it. But these are not Levites, these are Gentiles. And they're standing right next to the Ark of the Covenant in the mercy seat. And so the CIA, why we believe that the CIA is going to tell us the truth of where the Ark of the Covenant is? I mean, come on. I mean, it's been classified all this time, and now it's unclassified, and they leaked, and they use a psychic to determine, can you find us where the Ark of the Covenant is? We trained you. You're a psychic. Can you tell us?
Wait. Yeah, Ron. So you telling me that no holy prophet was able to locate the Ark of the Covenant? But a psychic.
A psychic, yeah, a psychic. It's like they got people, MK Ultra, were training you. The people that got telepathic abilities, and they can move objects with their mind.
Remote viewing. They were using remote viewing, right? To localize the Ark of the Covenant. So where is it?
And they even said in the video that the psychic said that the Ark of the Covenant has a chest, has another container inside of it, and they see gold and silver in the Ark. But in the Bible, the Ark doesn't say that it's made of silver. It's gold, acacia wood overlaid with gold. It doesn't say no other metal. Yeah, no other metal is right. But the psychic says silver in addition to gold, which is like, wait a minute now, what's fishy here? But all these guys are saying that it's in Israel, it's in Jordan, and they got the Temple Institute that they're going to go off of this. They're going to say, okay, we found it. And because we found it, we know where it's at. We're going to put it inside a new third temple. And we're going to get rid of the mosque that's in Temple Mount. And we're going to create a third temple. And because the CIA leaked the documents of where the Ark of the Covenant is, they're going to mysteriously find it. And their Temple Institute Levites that they're training to be Levites, they're going to say, we have it. And here we got proof that we're putting it in the temple. It's ready to go. We got all the temple instruments and items that need to go into the temple. We got everything. We got the altar. We got the table. We got the golden menorah. We got this. We got that. And they're gonna say we got everything we need. All the utensils, everything they said they got it. It's all complete now. It's all complete. All they need now is the temple. Because now they have got the Ark of the Covenant, and they've already had everything else that they have fashioned in the Temple Institute. Just go to the website. You'll see that they have collected everything that needs to go in the third temple, except the Ark of the Covenant. And with the CIA leaking this, now they can say, oh, we got everything now. It's time to build the third temple, and we are the Israelites. Therefore, God has revealed to us in this time that the Ark of the Covenant is here, and we are the real Israelites, so we can now fulfill biblical prophecy. But the Bible, people will look at the scripture and say, this is what it says in Jeremiah. It says, in those days when you multiply and increase in the land, declares the Lord, they will no longer discuss the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. It will never come to mind. And no one will remember it or miss it, nor will another one be remade. So if you read the scripture, you're almost wondering that, does it mean that once the Ark of the Covenant is lost or nobody knows where it's at, it was once in possession of the Israelites, the Bantu, and then all of a sudden it's kind of disappeared. Nobody's talking about it. People are saying it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. But in reality, where is it at? I mean, people are saying all these claims as Ethiopia, as Kenya, and Israel, Jordan. But in reality is, we can't just look at these psychics from the CIA training them to do this thing, because this is the same CIA and the FBI that infiltrated Black liberation organizations like the Black Panthers, Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, the CIA and the FBI is all about monitoring and infiltrating Black liberation groups so that we don't have our Black Messiah, as they call. So one of the things I want to point out is that a lot of people use the Lachish reliefs, and they say, look at these guys here. These are the Israelites. They found it on the slab in northern Iraq. This is on a slab that they found in northern Iraq. They didn't find it in Israel. This is a slab in northern Iraq. And then you look at this rock fresco, or you want to call it, carving, and this is on the Palace of Apadana. The Palace of Apadana is in Iran, or modern day the old Persia. And this is a relief where it says in the Greek language that the Ethiopians are paying tribute to the Persian kings. And we know that the word Ethiopians does not mean Cushites, because if you really look at it, the Cushites in South Sudan, they are very tall. They average the men are like 6'5", 6'4". The women are like 6 feet tall. The average height of a Sudanese like Dinka and Shilluk and Anuak, these guys are tall. They're one of the tallest people on earth. They're like giants. And here we see thousands of years ago that these Ethiopians are short. They're shorter than this Persian guy. Now, are they children? We don't know. But anyway, these guys they got tunics on, they have woolly hair, and they have.
By the way, Ron, talking about the Ethiopians, just allow me to add something on what you're saying. I think it may be important information. You said the Ethiopians here are not the Cushites per se. I agree. Because when we look into history, we will come to the understanding that the word Ethiopians, right, or Ethiopia, which is Greek, which is equivalent of the Hebrew Cush or Kushim, black people, was most of the time used for Israelites, and for people who were ruling in that area of Africa. Now, those people were also known among the Congo scholars as the Bena Congo. So the Bena Congo were also called Kushi or Kuzi. Now, check this out, Byron. So when you have the Hebrew word Kusi, in the Hebrew, you have the Hebrew word Kusi, right? Which is Kaf, Fav, Shin, Yud. Kushi. Kushi. Now, that word Kushi, because we know that the Fav can be pronounced as a U or an O, right? So Kusi will give us Kosi. Kosi means king. Kosi means king, means Lord. So those people who were called Nkushi, who were ruling, were the Nkosi, the Bena Congo. It's interesting. Now go ahead. Sorry for interrupting you, man.
That's what it means in Zulu too. Nkosi means leader or king.
Leader.
So
yes.
So these three guys they got garments, they're girded, and they're they're carrying or leading an okapi.
Mm.
An okapi is a forest giraffe or a Congo giraffe or a zebra giraffe. And these exotic animals are only today seen in the Congo, the okapi.
In the Congo.
In the Congo, yes. So
it's also called the Congolese giraffe.
Exactly. So either these people are Canaanites or they're Israelites.
Come on.
Because Persians, supposedly, per the Bible, they conquered the Babylonians' territory and then allowed the Israelites to return back to the land. This is the land of Canaan. And they allowed the southern kingdom to return back to the land of Canaan and rebuild the second temple. So if these are not true Nilotic Cushites from South Sudan that are really, really tall and they don't necessarily wear tunics, then who are they? They're not the Egyptians. So they either have to be the Canaanites, they either have to be African pygmies, hunter-gatherers in these lands, or they have to be Israelites. Because like Kefas said, Ethiopia was not, well, one, is not a part of the Persian Empire, meaning the Persian Empire, we don't hear them conquering Kush. And the term Ethiopia in the Greek means anybody with a dark complexion. And Ethiopia on the maps of the Greeks was not Ethiopia we see today. It was sub-Saharan Africa. That's what it says. Ethiopia was the land beyond Sudan and Egypt. It was not Abyssinia. It was sub-Saharan Africa. So when we look at these things, and let me just look at some certain things too. When we look at the land of Canaan, when Abraham and Lot were together and they were venturing in the land of Canaan, and Lot looked to the east, but when they looked, they were looking at the whole plain of Jordan all the way to Zoar. They said that this was a well-watered land, like the Garden of Eden. And Lot chose lands to the east. Sodom and Gomorrah today is situated in the territory that we would call part of Israel on the other side of the Jordan, River. So Sodom and Gomorrah was literally in an area of territory that was on the west part of the Jordan River. So it was not considered Trans-Jordan. The Trans-Jordan lands of Reuben, Manasseh, and I forgot the other tribe. They according to the Bible, they had lands that were on the other side of the Jordan River, like East Manasseh, Reuben, I believe maybe Gad. But when we look at Jordan, Jordan is a desert. It's a complete desert. So if the Most High did not destroy the whole land of Jordan, and he only destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, he did not destroy Zoar. It doesn't say that in the Bible. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So why is the whole land of Jordan a desert? Why isn't it well watered like the Bible says it is? Well, why will God destroy all of the land of Jordan, including the land that Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben would inherit in the Transjordan on the other side of the Jordan River? Why would God give them a land that's barren, desert, brimstone, salt, nothing there? It's just nothing there. Why would he give them that kind of land? It's because this is not the land. And when you look at the camp doctrine, they say that the Chinese are the Moab, Ammon, the descendants of Lot. So these are Abraham's nephews, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Taiwanese, the Koreans. These are Shemitic people, but they do not speak a Shemitic language. Does this make any logical sense? Is it sound teaching? Camp doctrine teaches us that all of the white race are Edomites. Jacob's brother, Esau, the progenitor of the white race, Shemites, not Japhet, Shemites. Is this sound teaching? Does this make any logical sense? So all of Europe is Edomites, they're Shemites. All of Russia is Edomites, Shemites. All of Central Asia, Edomites, Shemites. All of the Caucasus Mountain regions, Edomites, Shemites. All of America, excluding the Hispanics, Hispanics, the Native Americans, and the Negroes, they're Israelites, and you got Edomites. So we got Jacob is an Israelite, but according to the camp doctrine, and we all had a family reunion, you would see us all together with the Gentiles, the Europeans, and the Asians. We're all Shemites here, guys. We all have our father, our ancestor father, Terah, Eber, or Farstad, Shem. This is our family reunion. We are all Shemites, but it does not make any sense. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to keep going here. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Now, the Persians' DNA today, look how many different father lineages that they have. Paternal haplogroups. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 paternal haplogroups, meaning that they are people of many father lineages, many fathers that are today calling themselves the descendants of the ancient Persians. They have the same exact DNA as people that come from Turkmenistan, that migrated from Central Asia to Turkey, and they speak Arabic and the Turkish dialect. They have the same exact Y DNA paternal haplogroups. But why isn't the Turkish people calling themselves Persians? Why isn't the people in Turkmenistan calling themselves the descendants of the ancient Iranians or Persians? Because the ancient Persians were people with melanin, as in the palace of Susa in Iran during the reign of King Darius. This is how the ancient Persians and Elamites look like. They have melanin.
Yeah, Ron. I went to Le Louvre, right? That's the biggest, one of the biggest museum in Europe, in Paris. I saw this in stone. Okay.
Yeah.
And they are black. They are truly brown, like you and I. Black people. Amazing to see it. Huge statues, huge blocks of stone. And with these images, you can really see that they were Negroes with kinky hair, with crew's hair, kinky hair. So yes, they were black. And look at this. One of the word that we use for black man in Lingala is mohindu. Yes, mohindu. Now the mo, right? The mo is a prefix, the same as mu. Yeah, so you can say mohindu or muhindu. So that's the prefix. Hindu. What is Hindu? Where do you find Hindu in the world?
Yeah, in India.
In India, in the East. Mohindu means one who is black, one who is of the sun. And in India, we have a people, Hindu, who were Negroes. Yes, and we know in ancient times, as mentioned by the Greek historian, what is his name again?
Josephus? No, Aristotle,
no,
Socrates?
Yes. They actually, all of those Greek historians say that ancient Asia was considered in the past a second Ethiopia, right? Second Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia is Greek. When we use the Hebrew term, it's Cush. So you have Ethiopia in the east, and you have Ethiopia in Africa. Cush in the east and Cush in Africa. And according to our ancestors, there is a story that we migrated out of Central Africa. We went up the Nile, right? We established, etc., kingdoms as we were going up. And we went also to the east and built and established kingdoms over there. So we have family in those regions. We have Bena Congo in those regions, like the
Right.
CD.
Right. Now I
Hindu.
wanna yeah. I want people pay attention that Psalms 125:1 says that the mountains surround Jerusalem, or a land of peace,
Mhm.
land of peace. So the mountains are around Jerusalem like a circle. They're all around. And if you look at this, the scientific word craton and belt, these are the predecessors of how we get mountains. So in order to have a mountain, you got to have a craton and a belt. So when you look at these belts that are in the African Great Lakes, like the Kibaran and Kodak belt, the Ubendian belt, the Usagaran belt, the mid Zambezi or southern, I can't pronounce the word, belt, the Mozambican belt, the Lufilian belt, the Virunga belt of the Virunga Mountains in the Congo, the Kibaran belt, the Karagwe belt, the Angola Kasai Craton. They're showing you that all in this area there's mountains, high mountains. And within these mountains are valleys, rivers, lakes, streams, just like the land of Canaan says it's supposed to have. And when you look at the Ethiopians in their book of Jubilees and the Ethiopic language, they say that the border of Canaan is essentially the coastline of the African continent. And it goes all the way from the west to the Gulf of Guinea, down to the tip of South Africa, and up towards the Gulf of Aden. And that the land of Canaan extends south of the territory of Egypt and Kush, but it goes down past the mountains of fire, of volcanic mountains, and it's basically it's passing the Garden of Eden, and it's passing in the Ethiopian version. It says that in the land of Canaan there are vast waterfalls. Because I had a lady, she's Amharic, and she speaks Amharic, and she knows Ge'ez, and she said she read it to me, and she says, Ron, in the land of Canaan, it says here that it's a land with a lot of waterfalls, and she says she knows that Africa has a lot of waterfalls, and I said yes, because Israel is not known to be a land of lakes, great lakes, rivers, uh, waterfalls, streams, mountains, hills. No, that's not Israel. This is in sub-Saharan Africa. And we got to understand that the Bible never lists the word Adam.
So wait,
Yam,
you're wrong. You're wrong. So people are not using common sense, right?
Mhm.
Does faith in God or believe in God, does that rob you from common sense?
No.
Because what we're sharing here is common sense. It's science. It's not based on faith. It's based on facts. So when we present
Mhm.
something based on archaeological facts, reality, right? We're dealing with things which are, that are. So we're not saying have faith or, just take it by faith. No. The presentation here, what we have shared from beginning up to now, we have showed you, we have broke down. We stand together that Congo, Africa, Sub-Sahara is the Eden, is the promised land, is the Jerusalem, the city of peace, the land of God. The land where God descends and dwells. And so what Yaron is presenting is just overflowing proof. More and more proof. When will we wake up and understand and say, brothers, you're right. We need to change our mind. We need to change the way we think. We need to repent. Because repent literally means renew your mind. Let's put
Yes.
the foolish things behind us. Yeah? Let's mature.
You know, the thing is, everybody knows that the Nile River is part of the Garden of Eden, the 4 rivers that come and split. And the Nile River flows into the Mediterranean Sea. It doesn't flow from the Mediterranean Sea into Central Africa. No, it flows from Central Africa into the Mediterranean Sea. And the Nile River is one of the largest and longest rivers in Africa. And then the Congo River is right behind it.
Yeah.
And the Congo River likewise empties into the ocean, into the Atlantic Ocean. So where does this water come from? Where does the water come from to flow with such high velocity to sustain life along the riverbanks and even sustain life in Central or Sub-Saharan Africa? To the point that you see, for a forest to have this much denseness, it has to have water below and water above. So as the Bible states that the land of Canaan will drink from the rains of heaven, and it will have water below, and lakes and streams and rivers and torrents, it must mean that this is a well-watered land. Like Abraham said that Lot, this is a well-watered land. How can the water just disappear in the land of Canaan so that the whole Africa is a desert? No, come on now, guys. Be realistic. So when we look at these lakes that drain into the White Nile, lakes that drain and connect to the Congo River, lakes that drain and connect to the Zambezi River, it makes sense that these lakes are the lifeline of the land of Canaan, because the Bible says the land of rivers and lakes.
It's a land of rivers.
And when
how
it says
many
lakes,
rivers are there in Israel? How many rivers or lakes are there in Israel?
The only river we know about in Israel is the Jordan River. And then they have these other rivers. Exactly. And the other rivers don't even flow all year round. They don't. And the only freshwater lake that they use, they call it the Sea of Galilee. It's not even a sea. It's a lake. It's a lake. So if they want to call Yam Galilee a sea, because they people think that Yam Suf means the Red Sea, but if we're calling the Sea of Galilee Yam Galilee, then the Nile River is a great body of water. And that's what the word Yam means, a great body of water, like a river, a great river, or a great lake. It does not always mean in the Bible that it's an ocean, it's a sea. And I'm gonna go cover this lastly, here we go. So when you look at the people in India, this is kind of interesting. Let me go back. Okay, so the oldest haplogroups are A and B. The people that have A are in South Sudan and South Africa. The people that have B are the African pygmies and the Hadza and the Sandalwood and the Khoisan and other hunter-gatherer tribes that are in Angola, they're in Namibia, they're in Botswana, they're in Kenya, they're in Tanzania. They're in many countries but they go by different names. Their DNA is Y-DNA BM60. We know that the Israelites left a mixed multitude, and the Canaanites were in the land when Jacob and his 12 sons were there. So when Joseph had left to go to Egypt, because they sold him into slavery, the other sons of Jacob, including Levi, were in the land of Canaan. And the Bible states that when they left the land of Canaan to go back to Egypt because of the famine, and Joseph was the ruler of Egypt, it says that the tribes like Levi, Reuben, Benjamin, Manasseh, that they came with their wives and their sons. So the Levites already had 3 sons. Levi already had 3 sons before they went into Egypt with Joseph. So these are your progenitors of the Levites and the high priest. Where did Levi get a wife to have his 3 sons when they were living in the land of Canaan? Well, they had to get it in the land of Canaan. Levi had to have married somebody in the land of Canaan to have children to take into Egypt with Joseph. But we don't see the DNA of people that are a so-called mixed multitude in modern day Israel or ancient Israel genetic studies. And it's a known fact that in the movie that I did, the first movie that Kyrie posted, that the Dravidian South Indian language is the closest language to Linear Elamite, Babylonian cuneiform, Assyrian cuneiform, Arphaxad, and Ashur. Even in Kerala, their language is very closely connected to Aramaic, Syriac Aramaic. But their maternal DNA is seen in the Indian continent, is seen in the Pacific Islands, is seen in Eastern Africa, the Horn. But their phenotype is most commonly shared in terms of their skin color and other things, is most commonly shared in parts of Yemen, Socotra, Arabia, East Africa, and the Pacific Islands. There's a reason for that. It's not seen in Caucasians because the Caucasians don't have brown skin. When you look at the Persian religion, and this is something I covered too in the movie, and I think I passed it, but I'm gonna go to this right here. The Persian religion, Zoroastrianism, and I think I think I had the thing up here. No, it's down further. The Persian religion, Zoroastrianism, is seen mostly in India, second in Iran, third in Pakistan. And this is a true story. I actually know a guy that his mother is Mandinka and his father is Wolof. So he speaks Wolof and Mandinka or Soninke. And I spoke to him. I said, does this word mean this in your language? He said, yes. I said, does this word mean this in your language? He said, yes. And I went through about 20 words. And he said, how do you know my language? I said, I'm not speaking to you in your language. I'm speaking to you in the language of the people in Tamil Nadu, India. And he didn't believe it till I showed it to him. And he said, wow. And I even showed an Indian guy that I'm close with. There's a lot of Indians in Michigan, and he's from Tamil Nadu. And the Indian guy said, yes, these are the correct translations of the word. And when Candace Owens interviewed MIA, the Tamil rapper that was signed to Jay-Z, Rockefeller, I think, she even admitted to Candace Owens when she did the interview, she said, yeah, everything in the movie that Ron Dalton was breaking down in terms of my language and Aramaic and these other Shemitic languages that connect back to Iraq is correct. He says correct. It's absolutely 100% correct. And when you look at the people of India, a lot of them came, there's a lot of Indians in Africa. And I always wonder, why are so many Indians in Africa when they only were brought to the African continent in the 1800s. 1860, the first ship called the Truro arrived in South Africa. And the last ship was 1911. So less than 100 years, you got all these Indians in Africa, especially in South Africa. And today, if they were the same population in America, they will make up the same percentage of African Americans in America. If you look at the population of South Africa and America, and if you did the math, you will see that they are quite numerous in South Africa, also in Madagascar. Their DNA is found along with the DNA of the African pygmy, and the DNA of the Bantu people is seen in many of the tribes in Madagascar. And the Fijians that call me and text me from Fiji on WhatsApp, they say that they lived in the region of the Congo and Tanzania off the coast of Lake Tanganyika, and that they left on boats because there were some wars and fighting going on with other nations. And they were like, we getting out of here. We're going to take our family, our tribe, our clan, and we're going to all get on boats. And we're going to take the chronicles or the law of the Fiji people with us on a boat. And we're going to sail to another island. And there we're going to abide by the laws and the commandments of our ancestors in this book. And this is what we're going to do. And they sailed from Central Africa to where we see they are today. And they said the same thing that happened to them. They said the Melanesians did the same thing because they're all connected. The Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, the Hawaiians, the Vanuatu, the Solomon, they all said that they all left. And here's another thing. A Filipino guy here in South Africa speaks Tagalog. He said, Ron, do you know where the little black people in the Philippines, the Negritos, they're in Malaysia, they're in Cambodia, they're in Thailand, they're in Indonesia. He said, you know where they come from? And I said, where? He said, they come from Central Africa. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, this is what they tell us. He said they got on boats and they fled to these other lands, and they are the descendants of the African pygmies that lived in the Congo. And so when you look at the maternal DNA and the Y DNA, and you look at specific genetic markers, it connects back to Africa, Central Africa. And lastly, if the Israelites left as a mixed multitude of Egyptians that married Israelite women and Cushites that married Israelite women and vice versa, then why isn't the Y DNA of the mixed multitude found in the ancient studies of the genetics of ancient Israel? Why isn't the Y DNA haplogroup A found in the Levant in the Natufian era, in the pre-pottery Neolithic B time period? Why isn't the Y DNA of the African pygmy BM60 or B2A or B2B, even the Y DNA of the Lua or some of the Bantu people, E2B1, is not seen in any of the ancient DNA studies in Levant. Neither is the maternal DNA that all Bantu people share, such as L0A, L0D, L0K, L1B, L1C, L2A1, L2B, L3E, L3D, L3F, L4, L5. Why is it not seen in the ancient studies of the genetics of the skeletons of ancient Israel? Why is it not there? Because we were not there. We were not there. And lastly, the Canaanites. Who are the Canaanites? Who are these other sons of Ham that are connected to the land of Africa? Well, when you look at their DNA and our DNA, and you look at the Luau, the Akoli, the Shilluk, and the Allure, and the Lendu, and the Hema, in the Congo, you start to understand why the mixed multitude migrated with the Israelites and it went south down the Nile River. And so when we look at Israel today, we like to imagine that it is the land of milk and honey. But if we believe and say, well, the land is cursed, the land is cursed. And because it says in Deuteronomy 29 that no grass is going to grow in the whole land of Israel. The whole land of Israel is going to be brimstone, salt burning. Nothing is going to be tilled and sown. You're not going to bear any harvest, and no grass is going to grow anywhere in the land of Israel because of the curses. Well, this is Israel, and Israel does have grass. It doesn't have a lot of grass, but it does have grass. So what do you say about this scripture? But then the Bible says in Ezekiel 34, it says that upon the high mountains of Israel, that the children of Israel will be fed with a good pasture, a good fold. They're going to eat and lay down. These are the mountains of Israel. There's no fat pasture. There's no good fold. There's nothing that we can eat and animals can eat and get fat and lie down. These are the barren rock shrub mountains of Israel. There's nothing here. The animals can't eat rocks and shrubs. If the land of Israel is the land if the land of Israel is a land of milk, then why are they importing all these livestock? Same thing with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, if that is the true wilderness that we went through, then why is Saudi Arabia importing all these livestock? Why is Israel, their main imports in Israel is raw materials and food? Israel imports raw materials, food, and precious metals that they refine. Why is it happening? Thousands of lambs and calves are sent to Israel every year, hundreds of thousands, even almost 1 million. Record imports. In 2019, 700,000 lambs and cows were sent from Europe and Australia to Israel. But this is a land of milk, a land of honey. Israel imports 60 to 70% of its wheat, the wheat harvest, the barley harvest, like the Passover and the Pesach and the Shavuot. Okay, so the Israelites are supposed to keep the Passover and the Shavuot, and they need to have barley and wheat. Then why is Israel importing wheat from Russia and Ukraine, and United States, Romania, and Hungary? Why does Israel have to import grain to feed their livestock? Well, in the Congo and Central Africa, the animals don't need any grain. They can just eat off the land. And look at the milk that he's pouring. Look at the milk the guy's pouring in the buckets from the cows, eating off the mountains of the Congo. Look at the horses grazing on the mountains of the Congo. Fat, green pasture. They're grazing, they're eating, they're lying down after they got full, eating a gigantic buffet of grass. Look at the mountains of the Congo. Look at all this grass for days. Look at the Congo.
The Congo is beautiful, man. You know, Africa is beautiful. Congo has many, many, many beautiful places you can visit.
This is Jericho. This is Jericho.
Mhm.
This is the
Desert
land of
land.
Benjamin. The land of
Yeah.
Benjamin is a desert land.
Benyamudu.
And exactly, where are the mountains at? Where are the mountains? The Bible says that the land of Israel is a land of mountains and hills. Where are the mountains at? I don't see any mountains.
I see small hills, but no mountains.
Exactly. But the
Also, you
Bible,
know, another proof, you know, in addition to the land and the fat pastures that the Bible speaks of, is also the names which are given to us of the Israelite tribes. All those names can be traced back to Bantu African tribes in Africa. Yeah? And that's no coincidence. It's not, it's just more proof that this presentation that shows us, yeah, the land, the geographical location, the rivers, the animals. In addition to that, we have the names of the tribes in Africa, yeah, which has nothing to do with the so-called Jewish people, yeah, but it's Bukoko, it's tradition, it's ancestral tradition. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe
and
Yaron can continue on and on and on and on until we fall dead. You know, someone will fall from the window, and we need to revive him, like in the
and,
story of
and,
Paul.
and in closing, I got a lot of people from Israel, black people from Israel. They think I'm crazy. They think I got a lot
Of
of
course,
pride. And I tell
yeah,
them, I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
guys,
I can
listen.
imagine.
Yeah, I said the only reason why there's conflict in the Congo is because the
Hmm.
Gentiles want
Hmm.
what's there. Other than
You
that,
have
there's
heard
peace.
about Ben Gertler, right? Of Don Gertler, Gertler, Don Gertler. Do you know him? He's one. He's
No.
the biggest. He's the biggest. Yes, miner in diamonds in Congo.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
He's
Yes, I
a
remember him. Yeah.
billionaire. Where does he mine? In Congo. He's a Jewish man.
Exactly. Yeah, I know what you're
Okay?
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
So the Jews, they want Congo. Okay, they want Congo because they know Congo is the land of the Most High. They know. Vatican knows, you know, the powers that be, the cabal, they know Congo is the land
mhm,
of God and the gods. Okay.
yes, yes,
Yeah, come on.
yes. So the precursor for E1B1A is seen throughout Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, as well as the E1B1A haplogroup is seen also in the same areas. So the migration of the Israelites from Egypt through the wilderness into the interiors of Africa and mixing with the Canaanites and the Cushites and the
Mhm.
Egyptians, mutations started to happen on a genetic level, creating E1B1 to E1B1A. So in the DNA of Bantu people, it's a mixture of Israelites and Canaanites and Cushites and Egyptians because we intermarry with their women. And here we have the Israelites today, and the other nations are the Gentiles. And I'm gonna end it right there. Stop sharing.
Brothers and sisters, the presentation of tonight is mind blowing. If you're coming from a Hebrew Israelite camp doctrine environment, you may think that Nkosi na Bikefa and Mbuta, Yayaron Dalton, that we are presenting here, that we must be crazy. We must be on crack, smoking weed every day. Our brain is not working anymore, right? We just lost it. Now, but the reality is that the Bible is very clear. The prophecies are very clear. Not just what is written in the Bible, but also given to us through our ancient prophets who were just 100 years ago here with us. Yes, we're not talking about 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 100 years ago. Yes, 90 years ago, 50 years ago. And they prophesied the same thing. Name Semi, great leader, spiritual leader of the Bena Congo in DRC. He, for example, said that the Congo will once again become a great empire when we wake up as a people. Yes, as a people. Because many of the Bena Congo in Congo are sleeping the sleep of death. They are in coma. The only thing they know is Christianity, music, dance, and enjoying life. Yeah. But change is coming. There's a huge awakening going on in Congo. People are searching for the truth. People are speaking out, those who are knowledgeable. They have been mandated by Yakongo, yes, by Mvuluzu Kimbangu to speak and to spread light, to restore those who are fallen, and to revive the dead bones, and to breathe life into them, spirit into them. So we are experiencing and are observing a awakening, spiritual awakening in Congo. It's happening. And when that is complete, according to the prophecy, there will be a great economic revival. Yeah? That is to say, that the economy of Angola, the economy of Congo, the economy of Africa will be elevated. Okay? They will take control of the resources, natural resources. You understand? Some people say, no, it will never happen. The prophecy said it will happen. They
Prophecy
will
says it.
fight, resist the European powers, the Western powers, yes, take control of the resources and grow economically. And as they grow economically, a strong political change will happen in Africa. And that what's and in the accumulation of that, there will come conflict with world powers. There will be a conflict with world powers. That's the moment that the Quatulendo, whom we know as the Christ, the Quatulendo must appear. He must appear to be at the head and to unite Congo, to unite Africa as one. Yes. That's the
You know that,
prophecy.
and the way we know that is prophesied to happen is that in Revelations 18, it says the merchants of the world and the leaders and the kings are going to weep and be sad when they see Babylon fall. Because remember who took over the old Roman Empire. And when Great Britain left the EU, things got bad. But prior to America being formed, Great Britain dominated world trade. And the sterling pound was the reserve currency. When United States became independent from Great Britain in 1776, the United States came on the scene as the #1 world trade leader, and the dollar became the world reserve currency. So that meant that any country in the world that wants to do business and make money, they're going to have to do trade with America. They're going to have to import, export, and they're going to have to use the dollar. Even China knows that without shipping goods to Europe and America, that they're going to lose a lot of money. So the tariffs that's happening right now to Europe and to Canada and Mexico and China is hurting them, because America is a global trade partner, and the merchants of the world, they're not going to want to see the United States fall. But the Bible says that they're going to see Babylon burning with fire and smoke rising to the sky like a furnace. And there's going to be famine in the land. So people are going to be starving. And this is showing you that when the West falls, the euro, the pound, the dollar, that people are going to feel it. They're going to see it on TV, and they're going to wonder what just happened. And the only way Babylon is going to fall is if there is an antagonist that is against Babylon, because either the Most High is going to supernaturally create famines and burn down Babylon, or the Most High is going to have other nations attack Europe and America. And what do we see the EU is doing? They're gearing up for war. What do we see America doing? They're gearing up for war. What is Iran doing? Iran is gearing up for war.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's the latter. War. Yeah, the Most High will not descend to fight people, okay, to fight nations. No. The judgment of the Most High always comes through people, through nations. And so nations will come in conflict with each other and wage war. They will wage war. But we have
Keep it. I got one last thing. There was a guy from South Africa. He lived in the United Kingdom for a while, and then he left and went to Australia. He told me the other day, he said immigration of the Arabs and other nations, Russians, is destroying Europe. He said the Arabs, the more they keep having kids in Europe, he said Europe is done. And I said that's the same thing happening right now in America. Massive immigration is collapsing the society from within. It's the same thing that happened in ancient Rome when the other Japhetic nations started to immigrate into the territories of Rome. And then after a while, these guys said, we're going to take it off. We're just going to take it over. We're already here, living here. Now we're going to take over Rome. So immigration preceded the fall of the Roman Empire. Just as I believe massive immigration, the collapse of society structure, the healthcare system, people in poverty, unemployment, all of these things is going to collapse. You know, all these jihad and Muslims versus Christians, neo-Nazis versus Europeans. People are just upset and angry and they're frustrated. The immigration is going to precede the fall of Europe and America, just like ancient Rome.
Bro, do you know the nickname of Belgium? The nickname of Belgium right now is Belgistan, or Belgistan. Why? That's exactly what you said. Belgium is overflooded with Islamic people. right? Not to say that all Islamic people are bad, but Islam is taking over Belgium. And there was a leader, right? One of the imams. He actually said publicly, at this rate, in 2030, we will be in majority in Belgium. This was a few years back. Yeah, we continue to produce children upon children, yes, and we will take it over. We will bring the Sharia law in Belgium. Now, Europe has great communities of Islamic people, right? Great communities in Belgium, even in the Netherlands, in
France.
Germany, in French. My French is crazy, in Britain, even in Sweden, and places like that. They want to get rid of them, but it's too late.
It's too late. It's too late. It's like a house of roaches. You can't get rid of all the roaches.
You can't get rid of them. The only way is to place a bomb, right? Ignite a bomb. Everybody dies, including the nationals. So if they decide, just imagine, right? If a so-called Mahdi appears and calls all the good Muslims all over the world, it's time for jihad. Take your sword, right? And hit the Gentile, the kufu, hit him. Yes, on the neck. With other words, we behead them.
Yes.
Europe will be in a chaotic state, brother. Everywhere. All Europe will suffer. And that's the state. That's the state of Europe. So this world is in a balance. This world is in a balance. Anything can happen. Anything. The only place where you can escape to is the place people are hating today. It's Africa. It's the only place. They show you this in the movies. Whenever there's a natural disaster, people always flee to Africa. Yes, there are several movies based on this fact. What we're saying, Africa will be the only place where you can be safe. Okay, the only, and still people don't listen. That's why Kimbangu said many of you guys will die. That's not to glorify, but because you don't listen, your only salvation will be death.
Why do so many black Israelites believe, because they're in Ashkelon, they're in Tel Aviv, they're in Hebron, they're in Dimona, they believe that because they're in the Holy Land that they are going to be saved and at peace and rest and safety. Nothing's going to happen to them because they're in the Holy Land.
Oh man, our elders say there are two ways of salvation. The first way of salvation is through knowledge, right? That knowledge is not the knowledge of I went to school and I learned something. No, it's not the intellectual knowledge, but it's the spiritual knowledge, the knowledge of God. Yes, and Zila Congo, the way of Congo, the way of God. That's the knowledge. Because that knowledge, according to Bukoko ancestral tradition, is greater than Mbongo, than wealth. Okay? It's greater than natural intellect, which is also Mbongo. It's greater. That's the knowledge of God. So the spirituality of the Bena Congo is a spirituality of knowledge, not knowledge of men, knowledge of God, spiritual science. Second way of salvation, yes, because that knowledge, by the way, gives illumination, and illumination brings salvation of the soul. The second way you can be saved is through suffering. That's why the Most High allows certain people to suffer. Even Paul was aware of this. Yes, he said, surrender them to the devil if they don't want to listen, so that they can be punished in the flesh and so that their soul can be saved. right? It's in the New Testament, in one of his writings. Even he mentions it. So that's the wisdom. That's our ancestral wisdom. So we have to choose. Rather, you listen to what we say. Yes, you illuminate your mind, your spirit, your soul, and you get saved by following the prophecy and the instruction that we are, bringing forth. Or you stay, you suffer, you die, and the Most High can save you through that suffering. Your soul can be saved also through that suffering. Even though you're going through suffering physically, you can still shout out, your soul can still shout out to the Most High as you are suffering. Oh, I'm suffering. Tatanzambe, save me, save me. You die, but your soul can be saved. And that's the wisdom of ancestors. See, I choose, the first option. Just give me the knowledge, Give me the knowledge. I will just go. Let me be a fool for the Most High. Okay? Let me be the fool, follow the way of the Most High, follow the prophecy, and save my house, my family, and whosoever is listening to me, to us, and getting this knowledge. That's the only thing we can do. We must accept that people call us fools. Because at the end, the fool will be the wise.
And that's why me and you constantly say, because I'm here in South Africa, and when I go to the airport to pick people up, and then they exchange their money at the Forex counter, I asked the guys behind there, I said, who's coming here from overseas? And they say, the Portuguese, the Germans, the Russians, the Chinese, the Jews, all these, and I said, Pakistani. I said, why are they coming here? He said they love it here. And when you talk to the people that have the shops, you talk to the Pakistanis and the Russians and the Portuguese and the Germans and all these other nations, you say, well, why don't you go back home? You don't want to be back in Somalia or Pakistan or Russia or Portugal? And they say, no, are you crazy? They say, we love it here. Yes.
You're crazy.
It's the same thing about Botswana. It's the same thing about Botswana, and the same thing in Zambia. Same thing in all these countries like Angola. I'm sure you see the Gentiles coming into Luanda.
Oh man, you know what the Gentiles are saying about Angola? They're saying Angola is the place to make money now. If you want to make money as a foreigner, you have to go to. And they are telling me, right, as an Angolan, these foreigners. And I said, yeah, no, I'm Angolan, brother. I'm Angolan. I know what you're saying. So we're talking about the exact same people you mentioned, the Europeans and the Asians, right? We even have Lebanese in Congo and Angola. And they're doing big things there. They love it there. They don't want to return to Lebanon or to Libya or Tunisia. They love it there in Central Africa. Why? Are they experiencing something you're not? Are they seeing something you're not? Maybe. Because in the mind of most of our people, Africa is a destroyed place. Africa is no place for a human being to live. You need to overcome it. That's a lie of the devil. Okay?
It sure is.
Yeah. Africa is the greatest place to live. That's why, they continue to show you the false images, children with hungry bellies and flies coming all over them. If you go to Africa, of course, you will find rich people. You will find, people are doing okay. You will also find people are struggling, and you will find the poor. The same you find in America, right? America, yes. I think almost 20% of the American population is homeless. Living on
Exactly, it is. Yes, it is.
You will never see that percentage of homelessness in Africa.
No.
Never. Never.
No.
They're lying to you people. Oh, they're not Congo. Wake up.
Yeah. Yeah.
America is a scam. That American dream is a nightmare. Nightmare. You need to wake up from that nightmare and come with me to Angola. Okay. So I am organizing a trip to Angola um, in July. Yes, it will be in July. Let me share the screen. July 14. Yes, July 14 to 23. Come explore Angola for yourself. Okay. Angola is the land of the mighty, the land of the brave, the land of the angels. It's the land of the kings. Angola, Kola, which means royalty, king, power. It's the land of the angels. And I will show you what we're doing in Angola with our
I might try to.
organization.
I might try to. If I can get a cheap plane ticket, I might try to make
Yeah,
that.
come, brother. It will be amazing, amazing. You know, I will, of course, I will be there with Byron. I will be with another associate of us, Chuba. You know, myself, and a few other people who signed up. So we should meet. We should meet. You, the giant, and me, little David. We should come together and roar like the lions we are. You know, we should roar. And we are doing great things in Angola, people. I'm telling you. We have bought hectares of land, yes, and we are building the Angola diaspora community for the diaspora, those who want to eventually repatriate back. We do everything for you. We have an entire program and strategy to set you up. All right, and we're doing this with our company organization, which is legally registered in Angola. We have architects, we have engineers. Right now, we are designing the homes. We already have a layout of the land. Yeah, exactly. We will have room for around 200 homes. We will have a 2.4 acre, almost 2.4 acres on commercial space. We will have sport areas, schools, training centers, community centers. Brothers and sisters, you need to come to Angola and see it for yourself. The land, you know, and the project. We just had a Zoom conference, I think 2 weeks ago, something. We are organizing another Zoom conference where we will talk about the business opportunity in Angola. Yes, what businesses can you start in Angola that can make you money so you can survive in Angola? You have money, right? So you can support your family, but also build the Angola economy and provide jobs for the local youth. Yeah, very important because we want to elevate our own people. And so we're building the Angola of the future. If you're interested about the trip, email me at info@angolainvestmentgroup.com. You can also email me at the same email address if you're interested in what we're doing in Angola. And by the way, I just received message today, right now, from our people in Angola that the Angolan government has decided to how do you say that to fasten the development of the area where we are, because we find ourselves near the new international airport in the province which is called Ikole Bengu, which is neighbor with the capital city Luanda. And the government wants to create new Luanda in that area. And we are just 30 minutes from the new international airport. So we believe that as traffic grows, as infrastructure grows, as population grows in that area, we are the right spot. The land will increase in value. You know, it will continue to develop. So those who are investing with us now, right, through our organization, Gold Investment Group, they will have something great for the future. And that's it, brothers and sisters. And of course, not to take away from. Oh, wait a minute. How do I remove? Okay, not to take away from what Ron is doing also in South Africa, and what was it? Another, not Mozambique, Botswana. Was it Botswana?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You can talk about what you're doing, brother.
Well, we got two diasporan groups, and we're doing business investment, and then also land acquisition and development for community. And there's some things I want to roll out, but I'm gonna need the alliance of people like Kefas and Brother Body in Tanzania and others in other countries that I know and I trust, and these are people that they're not strangers. They understand what time it is, what they understand the prophecy, and they're willing to help and ready to help the diaspora. So you can contact me on Hebrews to Negroes at yahoo.com, and you can follow the movies and the teachings that I do on h2ntv.com. Kefas is in one of the movies, Hebrews to Negroes 3, Volume 1. Kefas is in there teaching, so you can check it out for yourself on the h2ntv.com platform. And that's it.
Yeah, so go and check it out. Okay, on the Hebrew to Negroes platform. Check out the movie. I'm in it. Go there, support our brother, and support us. Many people think we're just doing this, We need support. Okay? If you enjoy the information we bring, the time we take away from our families, right, to be on life, to talk to you, to present knowledge, revelation, truth, to spread the light of Yah Congo. Brothers and sisters, if you value the ministry, if you value the information, you should support us. Okay? We need your support. We need your support. We cannot do this alone. That's something we need to emphasize more. But I believe you all should know it. And you were seasoned Christians. You were giving your 10th every month, and your offerings and love offerings and special offerings, all kinds of offerings. Now
See,
you're in the truth. You support nothing. What happened?
They say so. The pastor says you guys got to sow seed, sow that $50 seed right now, $50 seed right now. You saw nothing but after being rich. That's it.
I'm challenging you right now to sow 1,000 seed. Yes, when you sow 1,000 seed, you will see the hand of Yah Congo. You will see the youth of Yah, the hand of Yah. Okay, sow that seed into our ministry, and may the Most High bless you. And that's the way they talk. But when we talk like this, it's heresy. We are after money, right? But the true I would say that prosperity teaching is from the Congo, because we walked on gold. We truly walk on gold. Yes, we are people of gold, and diamond, and silver, and iron, all the precious stones. So we need your support. Support Ron Dalton. Yeah, support me, Nambi Kefa. Join our trip to Angola with some good luck. Ron will also be there. We will meet. Hey, Ron, I'm telling you, if you are able to join this, we will have the best of time. if you are able to make it, we will have the best of time.
You sow some seed. Help a brother out. Help us sow seeds. I got a large family.
Help me, brother. Man, I need more money. Okay, the project that we are doing right now, my pockets are empty, man. I need more because what we are doing here is not to build a kingdom of our own, right? But we are preparing the way for our people to be able to return. If I don't buy hundreds of hectares today, tomorrow the foreigners will have it. Do you know how much land the foreigners are buying in Africa, in Angola? Right? We have the Chinese, the Lebanese, the Asian, the what's the Russians? They are buying land.
See?
In
That's
Angola.
what I'm talking about.
Right?
That's crazy.
But when we say, let's put money together, we need to buy more hectares of land, more acres of land. People are like, why should I support you? Why? Tomorrow you will cry. Yes, tomorrow you will be the one saying, oh man, I should have supported. Now be careful, man. I should have supported Ronaldo. Now we're here stuck.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. Yes, ask those who are anointed. Anointed one also means Messiah. Ask those who are anointed to prepare the way for the people for the Exodus. You all who listen to us, who follow our message, you should support. Definitely. Because this work is not a work of one man. We are just at the forefront, but it's a work of a community. We need to do it together. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. We need to do it together. And so we appreciate you guys. Yes, thank you for watching. Special thanks to Bobby Clark for his super sticker. Matondo Nzambi Abenisa. May the Most High bless you for a generous gift. May He remember you, right? And make you prosperous in all your works. Ingeta, we appreciate all of you who were here from the beginning to the end. We talked about the Ark of the Covenant, the CIA.
What do you say about people that listen to what that guys, the Mighty Congo said about the Ark of the Covenant, and they still say, nope, it's in Israel. The Ark of the Covenant is in Israel. That guy, he's whatever he's talking about, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, brother, and that's what we're dealing with, right? That's
so
what we're dealing with.
They rather listen to the CIA and the Gentiles tell them the Ark of the Covenant is here, but then when a black person, a real Israelite, is telling you about the Ark of the Covenant, and you want to say, no, you're making us all up.
Yeah, Ron. That's crazy. But that's the reality, right? A real Israelite, not just a common fella, a king, right? Who has the mandate from the Most High, who told them, you need to reveal the truth. And this is the truth. ABC. He's revealing the truth. He's talking. He's giving interviews. He wrote a book. Still people will say, nah, that isn't it. It's the state of Israel. It's in Ethiopia, right? It's in Ethiopia. No, brothers and sisters, come on. Come on. Come on. When a mother, let me say this, when a mother gives birth to a child, where is that child hidden for 9 months? Yeah, in the womb, right? In the womb. That womb is also called Kalunga. Kalunga is one of the names of God. That Kalunga represents the place of origin. And the place of origin is not Ethiopia, right? That's what was called ancient Abyssinia. No, it's not the state of Israel, that location. No, the birthplace, the cradle of civilization is Congo Kachopa, Central Africa. You see?
Mhm.
Africa, Congo Kachopa, Central Africa. That's the birthplace. So we need to return there. That is the mother. That's the mother. No wife gives birth through her ear, yeah, but always life grows in the womb, which is Kalunga, the place of water, the place of water, Kalunga, the central place. Ah, we can say so much, but
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys listening in. We hope you gain some strong knowledge. Share this video. Yes, share this video, this live broadcast with your family members, friends, Hebrew Israelite leaders, right? And anyone who wants to debunk what we have shared here. Send it to them and tell them, listen to these guys. Listen to what Nabi Kefas is saying. Listen to what Ron Dalton Jr. is saying. Yes, Mbuta. Mbuta means watchman. Yes, Ezekiel, who was a watchman, is Mbuta. Yes, it's a prophetic term. Listen to what these guys are saying. Now, what do you say, Hebrew Israelite leader? Are they right? Are they wrong? If we're
Yeah.
wrong, you guys all need to go to Palestine. Enjoy
Yeah.
enjoy the Jews in the elimination, right, of the
Or debate me.
Palestinians.
Or debate me. I'll debate you.
Or Rob Dalton Jr. I myself don't debate, but if you want to debate, John Dalton Jr. is challenging you. He loves to debate. Come debate. It can also be here on my website, and I will be arbiter. Come debate. Come debate, debunk what we're saying. Please come.
They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it.
Please
Yeah.
come. Congo. If you are Israelite, let me say that again. If you are Israelite, understand that all all Africans, all know, those who are in Central Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, even though some of them in Nigeria and Ghana, they know that they have connections with Congo. They know. The only one who are fighting this are the diasporan. The diasporan. And to be correct, Hebrew Israelite camps, we need to repent. That is to say, renew our mind. We need to come together. Okay? And please understand, when we say come to debate, we are not picking a fight, but we need to come together into one understanding. Okay? One understanding. So that we're not divided anymore. The prophecy says that the two sticks must come together. How can two people walk as one if they are divided? How can two join together if they are divided? So we need to come together. And the unifier is Congo. The unifier is Congo. The unifier is the land, the name of God, the name of the people, Bukongo, which is the tradition of the people, and so on. That's the unifier. When we come to understand all of that, we will know that we are one people. And the motherland, the cradle of civilization is Congo. We will come together. We will kick them out in Africa. Yaron, let me tell you this. 3 years ago, I had this vision, right? I was sleeping and I woke up in shock because in this vision, I was transported to Africa. And as I arrived in Africa, I found myself in Central Africa. Yes, to be precise, in DRC. I was looking around. What I saw in that vision shocked me. I looked around and I saw Congo. It was so futuristic, brother. The streets were clean. I've never seen houses like I saw in that vision. The level of technology was insane. It was almost magical, divine, incredible. The transport system that they had was not of this world. Yes, people were, being transported by hovering machines, which hover above ground and even in the air. People were growing to a certain, like cabins and being transported from one location to another. Hey, brother, it was crazy. When I came out of that vision, I was told that in the near future, it's actually already happening. The Most High told me by the Spirit that the children of Africa, and it was 3 years ago, they will begin to invent things what the world has not yet seen. Yes, they will receive visions and dreams where they receive ideas, right? Complete schematics, complete details on what to do, how to put things together, and they will make it without any resources, any assistance from the European. They will just take trash from the street, from the junkyard, and put things together that are amazing. And that will be the foundation for the technological change that is coming. Yes. Africa will come with the most powerful technology. You don't need to believe me. Just write down what I say. After 5 years, let's talk again. 5 years from here, let's talk again. Yes, and you will see it yourself. If you don't believe me, people,
So,
write it down. Yes,
and tell
judge
them,
the prophecy.
tell them what Kanda means in Kikongo. Kanda,
Kanda,
Kanda.
yes, kanda can mean several things, right? It really depends from the context. But when we look at the word kanda itself, it has several meanings. One of them can be kanda as a book. Yes, what we say mukanda, a book. And that can also be a holy book or just a writing. Kanda can also refer to a tribe, right? Tribe or a house. Yeah? Mukanda can also mean of my house. It means a tribe, like Mavila. Mavila also means a tribe. Mavila can also mean a hidden one or those who are hidden, according to Psalm 83, right? A
Yeah.
conspiracy against the hidden ones of the Most High. Um,
The reason why I'm asking you this because Dr. King, his wife is from the Kamba tribe, and the Kamba people, Kamba, they're in Kenya, but they say they came from the Congo,
mhm,
and you either can say Akamba, Bakamba, Wakamba, and it
mhm.
means like the people of Kamba, or the descendants or the sons of Kamba. So when Stan Lee made the movie Wakanda, it's almost like he's saying these are the people of the book or the
Mhm.
people of the tribes
These
or
are
the
the people
house.
of the tribes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Because I looked it up. I said the word Kanda, like in Wakanda, means book,
Mhm.
and the
Yes.
Israelites are the people of the book.
Of the book. See, you put one and one together. Well, it's not that hard to understand. But you need to have the revelation, the revelational spirit of Congo. That's why you can understand this. You have the spirit of Congo. And many here in the chat have that same spirit. Wakanda means the people of the book, because Kanda also means book of writing. Yes. And Wakanda can also mean the people of the house, right? Or the great tribe. So
Yeah.
we are the people of the book. We are the people of the great tribes. Hmm?
Yeah. And I see I've seen it because Charles, you talked to Charles. I think he was trying to connect us with Congo destinations. I've seen I seen a sign in the Congo, and it said Wakanda, just like the movie. And I said, Charles,
Mhm.
I said, what does it
Oh,
mean? Wakanda. It's in the DRC. And he laughed. He said, oh, brother, he said that's from us. And they said they got it from us. And he broke it down
uh,
for me. I said, man, the Gentiles have known all along who we
they
are.
have known all along. The only people are ignorance, and who choose to remain ignorant, we ourselves. Because when we bring out the truth, they think we're crazy. This Ron is it's crazy, insane. What? The true land of Israel is in Africa. Canaan is Africa. Yes, Canaan is Africa. Promised land is right here. But, yeah, Ron, I believe I told you the story of Alexander the Macedonia, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
Jews have this story. That story is crazy. So the Jews, the it's a rabbinical tradition, written in the books, right? Like the commentaries. What's that book called?
The histories? Which one?
No, it's the commentary. It's like Talmud, right? So
Someone,
they
yeah.
say that when Alexander the Macedonian, right, the king of the Greeks, when he entered into the areas of Palestine, he wanted to go into the interior of Africa. So he told the priests, the Levites who were living in those areas, he told them, I want to go and visit Kemet in the interior of Africa. The priest told him, no, you cannot, you cannot, you cannot. It's too dangerous. You're not prepared to go there. But he insisted. So eventually, they arranged to bring him to Kemet and to the interior of Africa. So he entered into Africa. I'm keeping the story short. He entered into Kemet. He descended, right? He went up actually, followed the Nile, and he came into the territory of Congo. And according to the story, as he entered into the territory of Congo, there he witnessed the entrance of the Garden of Eden. Now, it's not me, Nabi Kefas, saying this. No, it's a story in the Talmud, Jewish stories. It's not me. You see, he entered into the interior of Africa, came into the navel, the cradle, right, which is Congo Kachopa, and he witnessed the entrance of the Garden of Eden. The king is right. The king here, to Zolana, which means let's love each other, he said the ark, without the ark of the covenant, the Congo kingdom could never exist. Yes, and that Congo is the origin and the birthplace of civilization and of life. Congo is the mother of all, the mother of all. Ingeta. Mm. So, people, it's very a long life, but
Yeah.
when we are together with Yaya Ron Umbuta, it's always a long broadcast. We don't mind. You know, it's we love it to come here and to share thoughts and revelation, to elevate you guys, and to bring knowledge for your enlightenment, because we understand that more and more people need to receive this knowledge, breakdowns, revelation, and presentations that we are bringing forth. Yiseka'yah Dalton is doing a tremendous work. He's putting a lot of his time in it. You know, his love, his emotions, you know, his passion. So support him. You know, support him. Watch the movies. In the movies, he has more and more and more information which you guys can receive. Follow me and subscribe to my Patreon. I also have a lot of teachings on there which are not on YouTube. And when you become a Patreon member, the link is always in the description box. You can also have access to my Samba classes, right? Sabbath classes, where we go quite deep. If I teach those things which I teach in my Samba classes on YouTube, I will be crucified. I will be crucified. So I dare you, if you want more, come join, and you will find out for yourself why people are hating this information, because the truth is stranger than fiction, and that's a reality we're living in today. It's easier to believe the lie. We thank you. We appreciate you. I don't know if you have any last words, yeah, Ron.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Mhm.
So until we meet again, may Congo reign. Kembo, Kembo, Kembo. Natata Nzambi ya Manzulu. Ya Congo. Nzambi ya Bankulu. Ingeta.
Good.